of Andhra Pradesh and his official delegation. For those who I haven't yet met, my name is Shaila Hassan, and I'm the CII's Chief Representative in the UK. Without further ado, I'd like to welcome on stage Mr. Shujit Ghosh, the Deputy High Commissioner of India to the UK.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Minister of IT, Electronics and Communications, RTG and HRD, Shri Nara Lokesh ji. Minister Economic in the High Commission of India in London, Ms. Nidhimani Tripathi. Vice Chairman and MD, AP Industrial Infrastructure Corporation Limited, Mr. Abhishek Kishore. Distinguished guests and dear friends, Namaskar. Notwithstanding geopolitical headwinds and economic disruptions, India's macroeconomic fundamentals have remained robust. India continues to be the fastest growing major economy in the world. India's economy grew 7.4% year over year in the final quarter of fiscal year 24-25, with 6.5% growth for the whole year, setting the stage for further economic acceleration in 2025-26. Several factors are driving India's economic growth. These include investment-friendly policies and a broadening investment landscape, tax reforms, including the recent rationalization of GST, being a case in point, increasing ease of doing business, greater ease of living, a resilient and a huge consumer base, and most importantly, a digitally skilled, dynamic workforce. India has been rapidly climbing the ranks in terms of growth performance and macroeconomic stability in the recent years. As India is growing economically and inching closer to its Viksit Bharat 2047 goals, it is witnessing a significant transformation in its economic landscape. I'll be focusing this evening on tech and talent, two very important areas in India-UK partnership, and how these two can further contribute to strengthening of India-UK relations and relations between our states and the United Kingdom. India's transformation from a hub of low-skilled outsourcing to a powerhouse of tech-driven talent is noteworthy. Digitalization in India is growing by leaps and bounds. By harnessing its young, digitally adept population, 65% of the population below 35, India is establishing itself as a major hub of tech and innovation-led growth in the world. India's digital revolution is bringing forth a new era of efficiency, effectiveness, transparency, and involvement by transforming the way citizens and governments interface and interact. India's digital economy is expected to grow almost twice as fast as the overall economy, contributing, according to some estimates, to nearly 1/5 of national income by 2029-30. A look at India's digital strides in areas including mobile subscriptions, internet traffic, 5G deployment, digital identity, digital payments, ICT service exports, AI projects, and the number of unicorns clearly establish India's leading position on all these indices. India, one of the world's top producers of science, tech, engineering, and mathematics talent, generates approximately 2.5 million graduates annually, far ahead of most developing countries, and of course, almost all developed countries. AI skill penetration is among the highest in India and second only to United States. India's STEM and AI skilled workforce has powered the robust growth of its global capability centers, now numbered at more than 1,700, hosting research and development, data analytics, product design, and innovation units for Fortune 500 companies. India is one of the few countries able to skill, manufacture, and innovate at both scale and speed. It is also one of the fastest growing consumer markets globally. Major Indian cities are set to become primary drivers of consumer spending, even as urban consumption spending growth slows in more advanced economies. In the context of India-UK partnership, signing of the recent CETA and before that, the TSI will serve as powerful multipliers, contributing to each other's economic growth and momentum over the coming years. Both sides are leveraging their respective mutual strengths in the areas of trade and investments, education, translational science, innovation, and cutting-edge research, together with the creative and complementary energies of the diaspora, a lot of you are present today, to power a new future. A future which will not only benefit 1.5 billion population of the two countries, but also major parts of the globe. In India's journey, a very important part has been played and will continue to be played by Andhra Pradesh, one of the major centers of economic growth and innovation in India. Andhra was one of the first states to opt for large-scale economic reforms and digital growth. The Andhra Pradesh government, led by Chief Minister Shri N. Chandrababu Naidu, has set for itself an ambitious target to achieve 15% growth rate, up from the present 10.50% by 2047. This is backed by a clear vision and concerted actions. And I benefited, by just interacting before this interaction with Honorable Minister Shri Nara Lokesh, and he, informed us about the grand vision that Andhra Pradesh has. And it's not only about the vision that he spoke about, but the roadmap is clearly laid out, the actions that need to be taken. He's very confident, and I'm sure he will firsthand brief you on that. So this is a state which clearly means business. Andhra Pradesh has registered a strong economic growth in the first quarter of 2025-26, surpassing the national average and reinforcing its position as one of India's fastest growing states. Major areas of interest for Andhra Pradesh are advanced manufacturing, financial services including fintech, education, pharma, healthcare, and tech. And I was just told data centers, clean energy. So all these areas where there's a lot of mutual complementarities, and I will urge you to, during the interaction phase, to please, if you have any ideas, if you have plans, to kindly put that forward and benefit from Honorable Minister's presence here and ask him questions, get the information firsthand from him. India's growth is not only resulting in economic development for its own people, but is also creating opportunities for its partners, including the UK. I invite all of you, distinguished members of the audience, to come and invest in India and invest in Andhra Pradesh. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ghosh, especially on your enlightening speech on talent and IT and the strengths of Andhra Pradesh. So I would now like to invite Mr. Abhishek Kishore, Vice Chairman and MD, APIIC and Director Industries, Government of Andhra Pradesh, to make a presentation on the state. Please, over to you.
Honorable Minister for IT, HRD and RTGS, Sri Nara Lokesh, His Excellency Deputy High Commissioner, Sri Sujit Ghosh, Minister Economy, Sri Nidhi Tripathi, all the industry friends present here, CII and the media friends, very good evening to all of you. First of all, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules. And I know 2 weeks is a very short notice in London, but thanks to all of you for making it and hearing it from us today. I'd like to introduce myself before I proceed and present to you about our state. I'm Abhishek Kishore. I belong to Indian Administrative Service. I currently am working as Commissioner Industries. I head the Industries Department, and I'm also Managing Director for AP Industrial Infrastructure Corporation, which is responsible for all the industrial infrastructure in the state. We allot the land, we procure the land, and we provide external and internal infrastructure for the industrial clusters. Just to give you an example, in Hyderabad, we were the organization who did that high-tech city building. So that's just an example from my organization. And you'll be seeing how many more such projects we are doing in our state in my next slides. Now, this is the snapshot of our state. So we are the 8th largest state in the country. We have 5% of India's GDP share. We are 6th largest exporter. And if you see the mix of the products that we have a very healthy mix. And what is not written there and what you can see is that we have 3rd longest coastline in the country. And in the following slides, I'll show you how we are exploiting it, how we are going to harness it. And all of you must have heard about the vision of India 2047. We all heard about Vikasit Bharat. And from the state's point of view, we have kept ourselves a target to make our state into Swarna Andhra Pradesh, which literally translates into Golden Andhra Pradesh. Prior to this, as a state, we have kept a target for ourselves. Our Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu, has kept a target for ourselves and we called it Vision 2020. And we have missed most of it. And now we are talking about Vision 2047. Similar to Viksit Bharat, we have Swarnandhra targets. You can see on the slide here, we have set ourselves very ambitious target. If country is looking at $32 trillion economy by 2047, our state wants to be a $2.4 trillion economy. And our per capita income, that is what we're targeting, is around $42,000. We have a unique approach. We all heard about public-private partnership. We are now talking about a P4 model in the state. It is public-private people partnership. We want all of you to mentor our families, help them, and also bring them up onto the stage. We want to work for our community, and make our community work for the state, the Telugu states, and to ensure that the poverty is out of our state. And these are certain development metrics that we are targeting. We want our literacy rate to go to 100%, female labor participation to 80%. And if you look at our share of renewable energy that we want in our mix, is an ambitious 75%. And the merchandise exports is around $450 billion. So I'm showing you all these targets. I'll also show you the means that we are adopting to achieve these targets. So how are we going to do it? These are certain pillars that we are going to rely on to achieve all these targets. First is policy framework. In the following slides, I'll have details about all of it. But since last 15 months, since the new government has come in, we have introduced more than 25 policies. All the operational guidelines are issued. They're all online. And it is all accessible. I'll also show you how the policies are vindicated. We have examples. We have successful examples of projects coming in under these policies and getting grounded as well. And we want global best logistics in our state. That is one of our focus area. All of you very well appreciate and understand how logistics play a crucial role in industries. We want to have the best of the logistics. We have 3 industrial corridors. We are blessed with it. Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Chennai, Bengaluru, and Bengaluru, Hyderabad. Now we are working on 3 economic corridors. Visakhapatnam, Tirupati, and Amravati. We are also building a greenfield capital. All of you know, our Honorable Chief Minister is architect of Cyberabad. He made IT happen in the country, not just in Andhra Pradesh. Now he is aiming to build the world's best capital. We'll show you the details of it. And the workforce, the core of any industry is workforce. We are really focused on it. We are putting in functional universities for every niche sector. We are working on skilling our workforce as per your demand. Then we are working on quantum computing. So we are also planning for first quantum valley in our country. And we want to become the green energy valley of the world. So these are the means to achieve it. So do we have the capacity? Are we in the right direction? We'll just see that in the subsequent slides. So these are the policies that I just told you about. These are the list of 25 policies. You can see we have very sector-specific policies. We have a mother industrial policy. I can, through an open challenge, and say it is the most competitive in the country. And we have some niche sector policies. Look at aerospace and defense. We have a policy for minor minerals, aviation, space. We are blessed with Sriharikota and we are building a space city right next to it. We have a data center policy and very forward-looking policies as well. We have a circular economy policy. We have brought in all these policies to reach and achieve our guiding principles. In the state, we are talking about product perfection. We are talking about, all of you know, AP as a state is pioneer in ease of doing business. Today, we're not talking about ease of doing business anymore. We're talking about speed of doing business. You know, AP has also introduced IT in India. Okay, that's how we made Telugu the special second official language of California and many parts of UK. Today, we are working on becoming the lighthouse for artificial intelligence and deep tech solutions. So we're working on it. So we're working on reducing the cost of logistics so that industry would benefit and have a multiplier effect on all the initiatives that government has started. Then coming to logistics, first is the ports. We have six operating ports and we have 4 greenfield ports under construction as we speak, and 2 of them will be inaugurated in the coming year. As I said, we have third longest coastline. We are operating already 30% of the cargo. Our plan is to have a port for every 50 kilometers of our coastline. That is the ambition that we have, and we are definitely going to achieve it. Next is airports. We have 7 operational airports and 9 greenfield airports are under planning. And 2 of them, our Honorable Chief Minister will lay foundation stone very soon. Apart from having functional airports, we are looking at creating an MRO and manufacturing ecosystem. I'm very happy to say that we had very productive meetings in UK and also in the other countries where we visited. We had a very successful outing in Davos where many companies have approached us to set up very good sectors in the country for the first time. As I already spoke about functional universities, a greenfield airport is coming up in Visakhapatnam, in the city of Visakhapatnam. It will be much better than the Samshabad airport that is in Hyderabad. And next to the Bogapuram airport is the Civil Aviation University that we are planning. As I said, we're aiming for the entire ecosystem. And we're also creating a drone city. Certain sectors like drones and aviation can only happen in clusters, and some of them can only happen in one place in the country. So we want that place to be Andhra Pradesh. So we are already setting up a 300-acre drone city in Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh, which is only 3 hours away from Hyderabad. So these are various things that state is doing with respect to aviation. So this is the industrial land bank and snapshot of the state. As I said, we have 3 industrial corridors cutting across the entire state. As representing APIIC, I would like to let all of you know, we have 45,000 acre of ready land bank available with all the infrastructure in almost 20 industrial clusters. We are planning for 20 more, and we are in the process of creating a 2 lakh acre land bank across the state. It's on the coastline and also in the hinterland, from petrochem to defense, from aviation to space, from pharma to deep tech. You have opportunities across the state in all these locations. And we're also planning on 3 economic corridors, as you can see. One is Visakhapatnam, Amravati, and Tirupati. And we believe in clusters. We want certain clusters to come up in certain locations, and we are ready to build infrastructure in all of these locations. I would also like to inform that we are creating 175 MSME parks. Why 175? Because we have 175 assembly constituencies in the state. We want 1 industrial park for MSMEs in every assembly constituency of the state, and them to harmoniously link with the bigger industrial parks across the state, and the industrial parks to get linked with the logistics of the state. We are planning all of it organically and practically. So this is the industrial snapshot of the state. And in a nutshell, these are the opportunities that you have, the high impact investment opportunities that you have in the state. Amravati, as I said, is a greenfield capital that we are building, aerospace, defense and space. We have specific parks for this, and I'm very happy to tell you, we have an interest from many of the anchor clients in each of these sectors, some of them already grounded. And to ground any large project, let's say above on the upwards of 1,000 crores, 5,000 crores, we take 15 days tops. That too, we have to conduct 3 meetings. One is called State Investment Promotion Committee, which is chaired by bureaucrats, and then one is State Investment Promotion Board, which is headed by our Honorable Chief Minister, and where a small subset of cabinet is present. Once that committee approves, it goes to cabinet. There were days when all these 3 meetings were done in a span of 3 days to get a single proposal approved and to give that comfort and confidence to the investor. So today, there is a meeting happening back in my state and very interesting project is getting announced in the state. I would leave that to the man who made it all possible. He would tell you firsthand what is happening about it. So these are various sectors and opportunities that we have in the state. And coming to Amravati, as I said, there is a track record for our leaders, for our government, and we are going to create the world's best capital and the futuristic city in the state of Andhra Pradesh. It will be 217 square kilometers. The capital region area is spread across 8,300 square kilometers. As most of you know, most of it is given free of cost by farmers. They have come forward and they said they wanted to be part of this project. And they wanted to be part of the development. Government in return has been given them developed plots. So government didn't spend a penny in land acquisition process for the entire capital city. This has been one of the most successful government land acquisition projects in the recent history of the country. And again, the planning has been meticulous. We are planning for 9 thematic cities in this capital city. We want 80% of public transportation. We want 1,500 kilometers of road network. And state-of-art infrastructure is a given in this city. If you're looking for a place to develop and prosper, this is one location that you definitely should take away from this room. And Green Hydrogen Valley. This is not a figment of our imagination. January this year, Honorable Prime Minister has laid foundation stone for Green Hydrogen Hub in the state of Andhra Pradesh with an investment of around 1 lakh crores. It is being supported by NTPC, that is coming up in the northern part of the state. So we are going big in green hydrogen, and when we have written a statement there that by 2030, Green Hydrogen Valley will become the capital of the world, but not the country. We have all means to achieve it. We have a massive RE potential, be it wind, solar, and pump storage. There are 10 players who have got PLI for solar manufacturing. 5 of them are already in Andhra, and we are sure we are going to bag other 5 as well. Tourism. So this, before I get into details, huge opportunity in the state. Be it spiritual, we have Tirupati, we have Sri Salem, and when we come to nature, we have the rivers of Godavari and Krishna. We have the Araku Valley, and there are many hidden treasures like Gandikota. As we speak, Oberois are doing 3 of the best of the resorts in one single state, which is Andhra Pradesh. I don't think they have double-digit resorts of such scale in the entire country. Such are the hidden treasures in the state of AP. We have 7 anchor hubs. We are focusing on all circuits of tourism. And we have state-of-art tourism policy. You name a big tourist player in the world, they are looking at Andhra Pradesh already. And we are aiming to create 50,000 keys in next 4 years' time. IT, I'll not speak much about this. I'll leave this again to our minister who is making everything happen here. TCS, CTS have already come to the state. The name of Tata Consultancy Services will be in Visakhapatnam as soon as next month. And there are other good examples. All of this is happening because we are aiming and working in a very strategic direction. We're trying to get the sea landing cable for data centers to the city of Visakhapatnam. And along with it, some really good names, which will create the entire ecosystem in the city of Visakhapatnam. And I would like to speak more about the city of Visakhapatnam. Most of you in the room must have heard the name, Visakhapatnam. Not just about the beach. Beach is not the best thing in the city. The community is the best thing that you should know about the city of Vizag. Very vibrant, very inspiring. They withstood one of the toughest cyclones called Hudhud, rebuilt the entire city. And every single tree in the city has fallen. Within 2 years, now it is one of the greenest cities that you can see in our country. Community is very vibrant, and as you see, it is one of the cleanest cities in the country. 5th most popular tourist destination. Talent. I hope if I would ask some of you to raise hands from any part of the state, most of them would be from Vizag. So it has the Andhra University, which fed the pharma sector in the country, which led to pharma entrepreneurship in the country. Many of the pharma giants, the top 10 richest people across the country from pharma sector, most of them would be graduates of Andhra University. Such is the talent pool of the city of Vizag. This is about skilling. We are, as I already told, we understand that this is core of it all. We are working on future-ready workforce. We already have 9 national institutes, 48 universities. As we speak, we are working on something called skill census. We would like to understand what is the requirement of the market and also what is the requirement or the dearth in our population. And we would like to bridge that gap. We are working on various initiatives. We are very serious about this and we are being very scientific about it. Next, this is again an innovation coming from our state. Before I speak much about it, Tata Sons Group and Mr. Chandrasekharan is personally helping us with this initiative. We want to support our MSMEs. We are creating 175 MSME parks, but for MSMEs, it is a startup in manufacturing unit. They have many challenges. So we wanted certain space across our country. We have created 1 hub in Amravati and 5 spokes across the state, where all these MSMEs can go for support, for help, for guidance, and for capital, of course. All of this, we are trying to make it available in this Ratan Tata Innovation Hubs. This was launched in 20th of August this year in all the 6 centers. It is functional. Best thing about it, it is not led by a bureaucrat. It is led by a corporate partner who has done well in that region. So we have good names who are supporting us in each of the regions. So we want them to bring angel investors and VCs to the state, make them have a conversation with my local agricultural producers who can get into food processing and many such examples. And we are also trying to understand and harness the infra requirements very specific to that area. Industry partner can be the best person to give us all those details, and we are doing that experiment as we speak. Next is Quantum Valley. All of you know AP State walks the talk. So when we say we will become the Quantum Valley, I would like to tell all of you and inform all of you that first quantum computer will be making its way to Amravati, which we are proposing as Quantum Valley as soon as in next 1 year to 2 years time. And we as a state, we believe in deep tech. We are creating a single data lake for all the data of government to be in one place. We are creating something called Away Hub, where from weather to a cyclone or to a financial alert, we want Insta alerts to get to all our population. We also have an AI intelligence layer, which will give us various patterns, which will use us all the patterns and global models to give us the best of the feed. And the icing on the cake, all of our government services are on WhatsApp. We're calling it Manamitra. Around 700 services are now linked to WhatsApp, be it a land application to API-IC or a fire clearance for a factory. It's all on WhatsApp. I can give you that number at the end of the day. You can check it yourself. It has been functional since last 8 months. It's not on website anymore. It's on your mobile phone. So we will become the Quantum Valley. You have spoken about Silicon Valley. Again, a lot of Telugus have made it happen. Now Telugus will make it happen in their own state. We'll create the Quantum Valley of the country. So I'll also give you certain examples. Now I have spoken a lot about what we are doing and what we are trying to do. I would like to leave this place by vindicating the entire 10 minutes that I've spoken. First is LG Electronics. So we started talking with them in the month of June 2024. In the month of May, subsequently, 2025, we have done the groundbreaking. This is an ultra mega investment, upwards of 5,000 crores. AP already produces 50% of air conditioners for the entire country. Once this plant is operational, Andhra Pradesh will be producing 70% of all air conditioners, both industrial and home appliances, together in the country. We made this happen in less than 1 year time. You know, it's not easy to deal with South Koreans. I always say, even my wife doesn't call me so many times as a site manager calls me. So, but we are happy. We are a startup state. We are hungry. We want this. So we have clinched it in 1 year time, and LG is going to come into operation by the year 2027. This is just an example. As I said, we believe in speed of doing business. We have one WhatsApp group for each of our mega and ultra mega investments where our Honorable Minister is also present. If there is a query, he is the first one to respond before us. So that's the speed at which we work. And these are all other partners. So just a single number which can stay in all of your minds. In last 10 years, the investment that has come into the state of Andhra Pradesh is 10,03,000 crores. In last 1 year, the amount of investment which has come into the state is 10,08,000 crores. In your numbers, it is as low as 100 billion. very simple number. So also 16% of total country's investment in last fiscal year has come to one state, the youngest state of the country, which is Andhra Pradesh. These are our partners who made all of it happen. I'll just name some of the companies who are here. ArcelorMittal Nippon Steel, who are making the Asia's largest steel plant in the northern part of the country. We have Bharat Petroleum, who is doing their 5th oil refinery in the country in southern part of the state in a place called Ramayapatnam, where in the northern part, we are creating a captive port for the steel plant. In the southern part for the oil refinery, we are creating a greenfield port so that entire ecosystem can land there. We have Raymond, who have come get into defense sector and aerospace sector in the state. We have LG Electronics, we have TCS, we have Cognizant. There is a good name Google there, but I'll not talk about it. There is Tata Power, and in the hospitality you see Oberoi, Taj, Mayfair, and we have the Lulus, we have the Reliance. We have covered almost the entire economic snapshot. We still have some of you left, so after this meeting, I hope all of you will add to this list. All of this is happening because first of all, we have the brand name of our Chief Minister. CBN, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu is not just a name. He has a proven track record. He is a brand. And as a department or as civil servants, we are exploiting it totally. And then we have direct and involvement of a senior leadership, be it our minister who is present here and all the young ministers that we have in the state. We have their direct involvement in fostering the industry and in solving their issues, and most of it all being available to them. So this is happening in the state, hence all of this. Last but not the least, we are doing a partnership summit in the month of November, 14th and 15th. CII has been a very good partner with us. We have done it already thrice. We are going to do it for the 4th time. And this time, with all such huge expectations, last 1 year, I am repeating my sentences again and again. In last few years, it has been magic for the state. All of it happened. So we want to build on it. And the targets that we have set for ourselves is very ambitious. So all of it, we want all of it to be brainstormed, to be discussed, to be validated in this partnership summit. I most heartfully welcome each of you to come to the state of Andhra Pradesh and be part of this partnership summit, become partners and be part of the growth story of Andhra Pradesh. And we thank CII for organizing all of this. And we'll be available to all of you. We'll be waiting to welcome all of you with open hands in our state. It's my privilege and honor to speak about our great state of Andhra Pradesh amidst this August gathering. I thank each one of you again for giving me this opportunity and being present here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kishore, for such an enlightening and insightful presentation. From tourism to quantum, IT to electronics, AP seems to have it all. And we can't just wait to be there at the Partnership Summit on the 14th and 15th of November in partnership with the CII. So now I'll just move to the next part of the evening, and I'm delighted to announce a special fireside chat featuring two prominent leaders shaping the future of technology and innovation in India. It's my pleasure to introduce our distinguished speakers. It is my proud privilege to introduce Shri Nara Lokesh, Minister of IT, Electronics and Communication, RTG and HRD, Government of Andhra Pradesh. As a key policymaker and advocate for digital innovation, he has been instrumental in driving technology initiatives that foster inclusive growth, boost digital infrastructure, and position Andhra Pradesh as a hub for cutting-edge technological development. He will be joined by Mr. Harshul Asnani, President and Head Europe, Tech Mahindra, and member of the CII's UK India Business Forum, a visionary leader with extensive expertise in digital transformation, technology strategy, and innovative solutions. Please join me in welcoming the two gentlemen.
Mr. Lokesh, can you guys hear me?
Is it audible?
Audible?
They can hear me.
All right. So, Minister Lokesh, welcome to London. It's a privilege to have a visionary leader, a technocrat, someone who's always been a grassroots reformer amongst us today. And so thanks for joining us. The story of Andhra Pradesh is very well known. You have very quietly but very confidently taken the state to different level altogether. And the Vision 2047, whether it is the 2.4 trillion ambition and all the numbers that I saw in the presentation by Abhishek, but it was also pretty evident to me that you are not just chasing numbers, you are architecting a future. And while we will unpack in our conversation the story of Andhra Pradesh, I think it will be a great way to kickstart our conversation by also learning a little bit about your personal journey, the man behind the vision, and somebody who I believe is equally comfortable with GDP numbers and spreadsheets at the same time decoding AI. So it'd be amazing to hear your thoughts.
No, thank you very much. Thank you, CII. Thank you to the Indian High Commissioner and his entire team for hosting me here. Really appreciate it. Just to quickly, before I jump into my background, I know Abhishek stole my thunder by making the presentation. But 3 reasons why Andhra is able to deliver. One, we have a leadership with track record. Our Chief Minister requires no introduction. He's done it in the past with a combined state. He's doing it all over again with the new state. 2, speed of doing business. There's no state in India that's talking about it. Everyone's talking about ease of doing business. But let's understand it now. All of the companies here, the kind of investments that they're going to be making could be 10 million, ranging to about $1 billion or even more. A 6 months delay in your project throws your entire business plan. It completely goes out of whack. So we as a state understand the importance of speed of doing business. And I'll give you a few examples of how we got it done. ArcelorMittal, it's well known here. They are going to build one of India's largest steel plant because the LG Electronics conversation also started in June 2024. We are going to break ground in November for a steel plant. We got it done. Same thing with a company who name cannot be disclosed by me officially. They're going to build one of India's largest data center in Visakhapatnam. It's going to be a 1 gigawatt data center. We started from ground up. That conversation, I think, happened around August, where I drove them personally, showed them the land, and got them excited about Visakhapatnam. To the domestic companies like TCS, with Chandra, I had this conversation, and TCS, because of the economic value that they add to the entire ecosystem and being IT, and you understand this better, we gave them land at 99 paise.
We are coming after you now.
Please, Abhishek, you have your first client ready now. So that's how we get things done. And that's what we mean in terms of speed of doing business. Please understand that, it's not just talk, but we actually mean it. 50% of our legislatures are first-time MLAs. 17 out of the 25 ministers are first-timers. So we bring a lot of passion, hunger. I'm one of the most senior one. This is my second term in Mr. Naidu's cabinet. But we bring a lot of passion. And that brings to the third thing, which is we're a startup state. We're not a Fortune 500 state. We're not content. We're hungry. Yeah. We're hungry for your business. And that's why in the last 15 months of this government, we've landed close to $120 billion investment. And please understand, we don't have an MOU with ArcelorMittal. We have not signed MOUs. We are not in the business of signing MOUs. We are in the business of grounding. That's our business, and we deliver on speed of doing business. So this is a little bit, I just wanted to sort of sum it up with what Abhishek shared. Coming to my background, I did my bachelor's at Carnegie Mellon, worked at the World Bank for 2 years, Stanford MBA. Majority of you don't know the other side of Mr. Naidu, who's a serial entrepreneur. He had 3 failed startups, and his 4th successful one was the dairy business. So I came back to the dairy business. Then my wife graduated from Stanford, decided I was no good for the business, threw me out of it. 2013, I've been a politician, and it's been a memorable journey ever since that.
Wonderful. You also did a Padayatra.
Yes, I did.
Helped you frame your political ideology and your thinking and your policies.
You know, Stanford MBA was great for business, and Padayatra, I think, sort of gave me a lot of EQ, which was very important to understand the grassroots challenges of India and my own state. A lot of the policies, a lot of the conversations, a lot of the frameworks that we have developed is based on my walkathon. I believe that's very important. That's where we have taken a very ambitious target to create 2 million jobs in 5 years. We're one of the probably the only political party that makes such a bold statement. And that's why I'm here having this conversation with you, while we have a collectors conference, which is a very important conference that I'm missing back home, because job creation is the center point of this administration. And that's how we are able to attract the kind of investments that we have.
Thank you, Minister, for that glimpse into your journey and building on your passion for transformation. Let me zoom out a little bit. Today every boardroom is looking for their next frontier of growth. Is looking for the new economic hub, the new shiny city which can help them be the hub for growth. And many a times we have seen Andhra Pradesh right at the top of the list. So as you look into the future, you told me that a lot of your ministers are younger and you're probably one of the older ones, and I'm very surprised at that. You have such a long career ahead of you. How do you see things evolving for you beyond just the numbers that we all heard and for Andhra Pradesh?
No, if you look at the map, Andhra Pradesh is a peculiarly long state. We have the second longest coastline in India. And being a long state, it lends itself up for decentralized development. So what we have is, cluster-based approach. And I believe that that's very important for ecosystems to not only survive but thrive. So we've built an automotive ecosystem, of course, anchored around Kia. In the southern part, we have an entire ecosystem being built around drone. We have an ecosystem around renewable energy, solar, wind, pump storage projects. We have an ecosystem around electronics, semiconductors in that. And then we have an entire ecosystem around CBG, compressed biogas, the Quantum Valley, as Abhishek just shared, that's one. Aqua is another big thrust area for us as a state. Steel city, led by ArcelorMittal. We have a pharma city, medical devices city, chemical city. So we're able to build all these ecosystems because I believe in the importance of vertical and horizontal integration. Now, what do I mean by it? Now, let's take a mobile phone as an example. The chassis of a mobile phone, the casing, the glass, the camera module, the lens, the battery, the touch screen. These are all again independent manufacturers who then Foxcons of the world bring together and make an iPhone or any other mobile device. What I see is missing is clusterization. And I believe in the power of 100-kilometer radius. We build the entire ecosystem and build it out with a lot of detailing. That's what we've succeeded in Andhra Pradesh. We've started on the journey. We're building it out, and that's our verticals. Now, horizontal is where education comes in, where skills come in, where testing facilities come in. So that's the only way by which we can ensure that these ecosystems thrive. And that's exactly what makes Andhra Pradesh different from the other states in India.
And you bring a very unique vantage point in your role where you not only lead IT, you also lead human resources. Because I believe they go hand in glove, particularly in the business that I am in. I know this so well. And our, say, Tech Mahindra's relationship with Andhra has been deep and growing. We already have 2,500 odd people. And the best part of what we have seen is the diversity that we are able to get. As a company, we have, I think, about 34% females. In Visakhapatnam, we have 49%. So it is a standout. It kind of goes to show the importance that has also been given to education and women's skill development. And that links so closely with all IT. Do you see it also that way, that human resources and IT for you are going hand in glove?
IT is for India, education is, or HRD is for Bharat. And I'm having to bring both together.
Yeah.
That's where I think one of the slides, Abhishek spoke about Naipunyam.
Yes.
Naipunyam is a very interesting experiment, if I may, which we're going to launch in October, where we're trying to match the supply and demand, where I have youngsters who are well-educated, who are searching for jobs, and then there's demand. I'm going to do the matchmaking, but we are building skill development into it, where assessment will be done, where state will guarantee that, in IT, this is the kind of level and that this person is at. And then what is the skill intervention that's also required? The state is willing to do the skill intervention on your behalf. So I think Andhra Pradesh is uniquely positioned to deliver that, and will be one of the very first states to do it. And that's what will make us very different.
And thanks for giving that very vivid description about the state and the future and the kind of scale that you are envisaging. I think AI is going to be very important, and today no conversation is complete without the word AI. So the scale that you're aiming for, I believe AI can be a game changer. And I also heard you investing in quantum, which I'm not sure, maybe I'm misinformed, but I'm not sure any other state is thinking as deeply about AI and quantum. I heard Quantum Valley coming up in Amravati. Would love to hear your thoughts on how you believe you can harness AI as maybe a core engine of your growth.
If you look at it, India was a beneficiary of the IT revolution. Yeah, right. We were able to leapfrog, up per capita incomes have jumped. But then AI is here. It's going to fundamentally transform the way we're going to work together. And it's important that I skill up. Otherwise, you're going to miss the bus. As simple as that. So we're looking at AI not just from an investment perspective, but we're actually taking a step back and looking at it also from, how do I skill up? Starting from colleges, from universities, the changes in curriculum. Starting from there, then doing the entire quantum ecosystem. So South Asia's first 158 qubit quantum computer is going to be in Amravati. In Jan.
South Asia's
first 158 qubit. It's going to be in Amravati.
Not in New Delhi.
In Amravati. Because we were the first state willing to lead the Honorable Prime Minister's quantum mission. And it's going to come to Amravati.
I think that calls for an applause.
And then we're going to build the use cases on it. You understand? Quantum requires use cases. We're going to build the use cases on it. We're going to dedicate certain capacity for startups to sort of use quantum computing. And I believe that will create an amazing ecosystem, again, in Amravati. But the kind of ecosystem we're building in Visakhapatnam around data, and the data city that's coming up there, that's going to, again, position Andhra Pradesh in a very unique manner. The cables that are going to land there are going to be double the capacity of Mumbai. Which Mumbai is number one in India. We're going to double that. And this is going to happen in the next 3 years. And it's going to be 1.5 gigawatts of data centers coming up. And that's just the beginning. We're talking to a lot of other players out there. So I believe that Andhra Pradesh is well positioned from education, from skills, all the way from building the entire ecosystem. It could be quantum, it could be data city. I believe that we are positioned well.
And do you think GCCs would be a big beneficiary of this infrastructure, digital and the physical infrastructure that you're developing? And with all the buzz around GCCs and how they are becoming very strategic to global companies, and no longer they are the back office places. They are now more strategically building products for the future. And that's where I believe they are looking for states and cities which can provide them the right infrastructure and the right talent. And I think what you just told me potentially GCCs can be big beneficiaries of that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think GCCs boil down to talent.
Yeah.
Anyone can build an office space. I can give you best air conditioning. That's the easy bit, right? Go to Tech Mahindra. Just look around. I can challenge at least 25% of your workforce will be from the 2 Telugu-speaking states. So talent exists.
Yeah.
We have it. We are going to skill up.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us very unique as a state. Historically, due to lack of opportunity, because we were a combined state, all this talent used to go to Hyderabad.
Yeah.
But the state got bifurcated about a decade back. And now we are building this vibrant ecosystem in Visakhapatnam around IT. It could be data city, it could be the traditional services like what TechM or TCS would do, or even the GCCs. But the backbone is talent, and we have the talent in Andhra Pradesh. So I believe that again makes us very unique compared to any other state in India.
And while we spoke about AI, talking a little bit about the brick and mortar part of the economy, which is manufacturing, next gen manufacturing in particular, I think is going to be key for the growth of the country. Unless India gets its act right in manufacturing, it's going to be very hard to grow at 8 to 10% that is needed to get to the 2047 vision. And whether it is semiconductors or EVs or the green energy projects, some of the slides I saw from Abhishek were staggering numbers, and the vision was very, very evident. Maybe if you could really talk about how you see these sectors shaping Andhra Pradesh's industrial future.
I've given the lay of the land. If you've seen, starting from Kia all the way up to the chemical city, that's the lay of the land. But what will differentiate us is again the vertical and horizontal integration. Yeah. I think that will position us well. So let's talk about renewable energy as a case in point, right? Renew is a well-known player in the space. I heard that they were looking at manufacturing, and I had a conversation with Sinhaji, and we got one bit of it. And then when I had lunch with him in Delhi, he said, I'm looking at backward integration. So I want to go back to wafers. And let's start from there. What can Andhra do for me? That's the kind of work we're talking about. So, if India has to grow at double digit, we need to go back to the most basic and go all the way up to energy. So it's no longer just about, okay, energy is going to be done by one company, manufacturing going to be done by another company. Everyone's looking at integrating. And that's exactly the role that Andhra Pradesh can play. So that's the entire vertical bit. And the horizontal is the education, the skills, and the testing labs. And that's what again makes Andhra Pradesh very unique compared to other states. We are doing this in compressed biogas. We're working with Reliance. It's close to about a $5.5 billion investment coming into Andhra Pradesh. And they've not succeeded in any other states, but Andhra is moving fast. Close to 80,000 acres of barren land is going to be given on lease to Reliance by end of October, so they can grow Napier grass, which can then be used to generate compressed biogas that can commercially be used for various other products. So that's the pace at which we want to move. And it's all concentrated in one zone, one district, which has quite a bit of barren land. But then that's where education comes in. So I'm already working with their team and say, okay, what's the curriculum? What's the kind of talent you need at the factory level, at the agri level? And that's the kind of role that we play. See, once you shake hands with Andhra Pradesh, it's no longer your project, it's our project. So together we do it. And as Abhishek has just shared, I think I'm on close to 12, 13 WhatsApp groups where every week my office gives an update. Okay, this is what we agreed this week, this is what has happened, this is the status. So I don't know about whether your CEO will follow up with you on a weekly basis, but rest assured, I will follow up on a weekly basis.
No, that's just so amazing. The kind of velocity that we see coming from bureaucrats today and politicians today actually far surpasses what we see in the corporate world. And while many states come by and talk about their economic plans and policies and trying to attract investments, from your vantage point, what really makes AP different from many others? I mean, you did talk about it in various questions I asked you, but if you want to just distill it down to 2 or 3 things that you believe that AP is really differentiated as compared to many other states. Because I'm sure this audience here would have heard many other states coming in. So maybe if you could.
So 3 clear reasons. 1, leadership with track record, which no other state can offer.
Yeah.
We've done it once, we'll do it all over again. No second thoughts about it. Second, speed of doing business. I've given clear examples of how we've come to achieve it. I can challenge you to find another state that can do it at the pace at which Andhra Pradesh can. And we'll beat them. No second thoughts about it. Third, we're hungry for your business. We'll bend backwards to land your investments in Andhra Pradesh. No second thoughts about it. I'll give you an example of it. Another example. It's no public knowledge. Skyroot, which is the SpaceX equivalent of in India, started by a very young entrepreneur. He met the Honorable Chief Minister in a dinner and said, the land you're offering is a bit expensive. Can you reduce the price? I mean, he had an open conversation with the CM. CM said, done. They arrived at a price. Then this entrepreneur was quite smart. I mean, he is an entrepreneur for a reason. He calls me and says, the CM offered me a price, but can you do better? I said, okay, we are beating around the bush. What is the price at which you want? He said, X. I took it up to the cabinet and I got it cleared. It's 300 acres given to them. They're going to build the entire space ecosystem. It's a 5,000 acre space city we're building with them as an anchor. And all this happened in a period of 1 week, 7 days. And I think we took 7 more days. In my view, it is 7 days too long. We could have done it in 24 hours. And Abhishek has clearly stated there are many examples where 3 days we cleared proposals. So we did all the 3 statutory meetings where we discussed it threadbare on proposals and we cleared it. And we're willing to do that for any of the investors. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a large or mega. Every investment is important for us. And if you want to be a $2.4 trillion economy and we want to grow at 15% CAGR, up from we're about 11% today, we have to fire on all horses, and we're quite clear that we are going to do it.
So it's evident that while you have the strategy, you have the right culture that you're brewing in the government, the performance centricity, the speed, the scale, and as they say, culture eats strategy for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I think that to me is coming out clearly. That is a very clear differentiator that you have compared to for that. And you kind of built a compelling case for the edge that Andhra Pradesh brings. But finally, I would also like to ask you about the diaspora and the soft power of the diaspora. Telugu diaspora here in UK and overall in Europe is a very, very powerful network and a soft power, if you will. How do you see the role and how do you see them as ambassadors of Andhra Pradesh?
No, Telugu diaspora is massive. No second thoughts about it. They're pretty much now in all the boardrooms out there. And they play a very important role in being the brand ambassadors of the state. So my appeal to them is that, we are ready. We are here. We'll make it a worthwhile journey. That's been my pitch. And we've seen early success stories of those sort of now coming about in Andhra Pradesh. So they'll continue to play a very important role and we'll actively engage with them. We have APNRT, which is for non-resident Telugus, which pretty much works across the globe. And we look forward to actually landing these initiatives in Andhra Pradesh.
No, thank you. So, Mr. As we wrap up, is there just one idea I would like this room to take home about Andhra Pradesh journey, about the ambition or its edge? If there's one idea you think the audience can take home, what would that be?
Well, we are a startup state. We are hungry. We have the passion. We have the commitment. Look at all the Fortune 500 companies, and they've all started with hunger. That's what we have. You will see the same passion, the same culture, as you rightly said. This is something that percolates across all the ministers, ministries, and offices. We are working with the same commitment to deliver. This, I believe, no other state has. Absolutely. And the reason is that we're all new. 17 of us, well, I'm not part of the 17 gang. But just to give you an idea, before a cabinet meeting, it might sound simple, but it's very important. And thank you for touching about culture. Before cabinet meeting, the ministers who are available, we actually meet for breakfast. We discuss about what's happened in the last 15 days. What are our hits? What are our misses? And we are a startup state which is willing to learn. We're willing to listen. We're also human. We make mistakes. 3 out of 10 decisions might go wrong, but we are here. We're willing to learn from our mistakes. We're willing to be open, frank, have a very honest conversation, and ensure that it's a smooth journey. And I believe this is something that's very unique to Andhra Pradesh that no other state in India can offer.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And thank you so much for a wonderful conversation, and thank you for connecting the dots so well. Thank you for taking us on a journey which I think was part strategy, part soul.
Mind and soul.
And a testament to the humble and the visionary leadership that you bring to the table. I know we could have gone on for an hour more, but I'm a little cognizant of the time. I would love to have some questions from the audience as well. But before we do that, I will be remiss if I don't congratulate you on the phenomenal, incredible performance of your son.
Yeah, thank you.
Not many of you would know, but I asked your team whether it would be okay to talk about this, and they say it's okay. So your son Devansh, he became he broke the world record this week.
It's been 2 months. 2 months. But he got the award officially
Just
this week. 3 days back.
3 days back, and
He got me to UK. So I'm Devansh's father.
That's a very proud moment, I'm sure, for you and your family. And genius runs in the family, I guess.
He's smarter than me.
I'll leave it there. At 175.
So he solved 175 checkmate puzzles in 11 minutes and 59 seconds.
My gosh. And this achievement shadows everything else that Lokesh talked about.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Yeah, no second thoughts about it.
So, with that, I would like to carry the dialogue forward with the audience. Shil, how do you want to do this? We have mics in the room, and just state your name, which organization that you represent, and try to make it concise so that we can get a few more questions.
So, Honorable HR Minister Lokesh Garu and Kishore, my name is Dr. Kishore Babu Chandrababu. I'm a pharmaceutical professional based in Ireland.
Mic is probably not working.
Go ahead, we can all hear you.
Yeah, I'm a pharmaceutical professional based in Ireland. I have a startup company that I started a year and a half ago. We're developing high-value medicines for the EMA market, which is 26 member states in the EU and UK, which we are going to be commissioned next year. More than a question, with the knowledge that we develop in the pharmaceutical industry and the passion that I have for Andhra Pradesh, with my colleagues that EMA region, I developed an expert note that I would like to submit to you. It is about developing an effective ecosystem for pharma and health.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is somewhat missing when I try to see the business partnership of EMA region with India. Is there everywhere, but we developed something that a short report of 2 pages that I would like to submit for you. You can review this and maybe you can develop a task force. That's my submission practice. Thank you.
On pharma, if you look at it, in Visakhapatnam, we've landed quite a bit of the larger companies. Laurus Laboratories is building one of their largest center ever. And that will create the vibrant ecosystem to start off. But, we would love to hear from you. I believe on the vertical and horizontal. Again, go back to the basics, right? That's very important. And the testing ecosystem, the research ecosystem, and, that's going to be very critical. So I'll take the note from you. You can share it with me. Thank you.
Maybe one question from this side of the room. Yes, please. Tanu.
Okay, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Start this again, Professor Government used before.
Nice.
I did the research on AI and autonomous driving. First, we thank you, Honorable Minister, for mentioning Skylo. It's a company from a fellow Indian from my characters. I'm very pleased to see this.
I can hear you. Don't worry.
Okay, perfect. So I think you mentioned quite a few times about being the startup stage.
Yep.
And one of the things that is very interesting when it's the graduation from a startup state to a big conglomerate. And it's a natural thing. And I was wondering, with your experience and also the honorable chief minister, what would you need to keep it in the state to keep the nimbleness and the responsiveness in the speed? Because as size grows, history suggests that there are challenges, and there are successful startups and there are not successful startups. So what would you think you need to keep in the state to keep that nimbleness and the attractiveness?
It boils down to culture. It's about, every investment is important. Every investor is important. And it's not just about attracting new investments. It's also about going back to companies that have already invested and trying to understand how Andhra Pradesh can be part of their next investment and growth trajectory. So the culture to just listen and be there and stand up for what we believe is right, I think that is very, very important. And that is something that from the Honorable Chief Minister down to the entire administrative service, we're driving with a lot of rigor and energy. So every time I come across an article where I believe we have missed an investment, the team hears it from me. Abhishek is giving me a smile because I message him directly. I message my industries minister, because there's a group of ministers that look at investment promotion. We're very frank, we're very open. We're like, this is an opportunity that we have missed. How is it that we missed? Where did we go wrong? How can we learn from it? So whatever has happened, but how can we learn from it? If you have that bent of mind and that culture permeating from the Chief Minister all the way down to the entire administrative service, I believe that can be potent and an amazing catalyst. And that is something that I believe that we should hold on to. And we should not be complacent.
From this side of the room, maybe.
I can hear you, go ahead.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
I just got a couple of questions, interlinked questions. We have recently had a free trade agreement from UK and India. So how do you think that you incorporate into the 2047 ecosystem of Andhra Pradesh? And I just question for you, getting the CBAM, so the carbon taxation. How do you think that the carbon tax? Hello, yeah, thank you. This is Chandrababu. I can hear you much better. So Lokesh ji, thank you very much. Welcome to London. So the free trade agreement which has been initiated this year, how do you think that's going to benefit the Andhra Pradesh in the bigger ecosystem of 2047? And the question is our CBAM, which is been charged from next year, the carbon tax emission taxes. How do you think that will actually nullify the free trade agreement? And how do you think as a state, central government India or as well as state government should take steps to benefit from the free trade agreement as well as the CBAM? So that will be really helpful to understand, so that we got a group of companies in our Chamber of Commerce who are quite concerned with the carbon emission taxes. So that will be helpful for us to give us some knowledge on that. Thank you.
I'm not too well. I'm not too familiar, honestly, with the impact of what it will be. But I can get back to you in terms of from a services industry standpoint, operating in the corridor of UK and India, how this could potentially impact us. It's not had any material impact at this point, but I can come back to you. I'll give you my card after this, and you can send me an email.
On FTA, there are clear sectors that have won. Textile, aqua, which is very big in Andhra Pradesh. I mean, it's about close to $3.5 billion ecosystem. So it's very, very important. I think these are early wins, as I say, but I think to get it operationalized will take a certain lag. There'll be, from a policy to operationalize, there'll be a certain lag. So our job is, of course, to reach out to our farmers, the various companies, and say, okay, there's an alternative opportunity that's emerging. We are, as a nation, I think we're going through interesting times, right? There are tariffs being imposed on India, and I believe crisis is an opportunity. That's been my approach. So I said, I've worked with the aqua industry. I said, okay, let's talk about the 25% problem. Right? The problem is 25% tariff. Great. So what do I need to do to augment the 25%? Where does Government of India fit? Where does Government of Andhra Pradesh fit? And that's been our approach, number one. That's what I believe is a temporary relief. But the long term is that we have to diversify. We have to look at new markets. New markets are opening up. From Andhra's perspective, the first containers to Ukraine were delivered, right? Russia, and a few other countries. Europe is opening up. There's great opportunity there. That's the second bit. Then comes the entire ecosystem on, how can we sort of augment it, build on it. So what's the primary processing, secondary processing, and tertiary processing? That's one. And then the fourth part is reforms. So as a state, we have taken this action plan, or we call this a 100-day action plan, where I got 5 entrepreneurs who are self-made billionaires to be on the advisory board, where we're looking at every act and regulation. And we've broken it into 3 things. One, that we can immediately throw out. I'll give you an example of what we think we should throw out. The Factories Act has a specific regulation which states that you need to whitewash the toilet door every 3 months or 6 months. This is the most ridiculous thing. I mean, who whitewashes a toilet door anymore? It's still there. So these are regulations that I believe that we should do away right away. Second are things that require changes as way of legislation. The third requires a bit of political capital to be invested. We are willing to do it as a state. So I'll give you an example of this. So I met Ashwini Vaishnavji, who's the Honorable Minister for Railways, IT, Electronics. And I told Ashwini threw me a challenge that, Andhra Pradesh can solve. He said, Lokesh, 2 things, labor reforms and get rid of nala tax, land conversion. I did both in 45 days. We did it. Because we have the spirit, we can do it. And that's been the hallmark of, the administration. And we'll do it again. So again, tariffs is, it's a crisis, I agree. And it's an opportunity for India to shine beyond a singular market. And I believe that we can do better. So that's been our approach as far as FTA and the entire tariff landscape. Thank you, boss.
We have time for one last question. This gentleman here.
I have a very small question for you, Honorable Minister. I'm a journalist visiting from India at London School of Economics, and my next destination is, of course, Stanford, just like you. The question is this, that when you or your father started 1992 dairy, did this thought come to your mind that you would offer land at 99 paisa? What was the mantra behind this?
Okay, on
this
the
question I should have reserved for my own podcast with you to go viral. But nonetheless, I'll take this opportunity here.
Well, so Mr. Naidu is a strong believer that the family shouldn't depend on politics for livelihood. He's a strong believer of that. And he's been very vocal about it. That's why he started 3 companies before dairy. And he's a relentless, if you look at it, his success is persistence and perseverance, right? And he brought that even to family business. But I should credit, it's not just him, because he was there only for a year. After that, it was all my mom who ran the business. And then I joined, and then, of course, my wife, Brahmi, who's also Stanford MBA. We understand, being part of a business family, we understand the importance that government plays. Land is just one component of it. Energy, cost of energy is a very important component of it. And creating an enabling environment is very, very important. See, what I believe is India should grow at double digit, no second thoughts about it. And there are fundamental things that we need to solve. I'm sure you saw the presentation where we are offering 700 services on a single WhatsApp number. We are the only government on this planet to do that. And we're doing it with a lot of rigor, a lot of focus, using technology as an enabler. We believe that this can accelerate the entire approach. So I'll give you another example of it. Let's talk about energy costs. So in fact, funny, I was having this conversation today. I said, it's about, okay, this is how much it's costing us. So this is how much the consumer should pay. I said, flip it on its head. Let's say what is the lowest cost of energy in India? X rupees. Let's go minus 50 paisa and work backwards and say, what is the price at which I should procure energy? What is my operational cost? Today, Andhra has X as an operational cost of energy. I said, why is it so much? I want to challenge the status quo. Why are we inefficient? Where are we inefficient? And how do we cut our costs? So I believe that these are going to be strategic advantages for us as a state. On the 99 paise, see, IT plays a very important role in building the ecosystem, right? I'm sure sir can vouch for it. Every IT job that directly you create, indirectly close to 7 jobs get created. We understand the power of it. I mean, Mr. Naidu understands the power of it. Now, how can I differentiate as a state? Talent, of course. Second is land, which is one of the major component in cost structure for IT companies. I offered it at 99 paise, which no one believed it's possible. And I got it done. And I got it done through cabinet. And now there is a policy called lift policy. The first 100 companies in a certain category opt to Andhra Pradesh, they're going to get the same 99 paise deal. It's a policy. It's going to stand the test of time and politics. So whatever we do it with a lot of thought, a lot of persistence and perseverance, and we execute on the field. That's how we got TCS, that's how we got Cognizant, and there will be a few more announcements in the next few months coming to Visakhapatnam. Thank you.
How much time do you have? 5 more minutes. A lot of people pointing for questions. And do we? Okay. So I think we'll just wind up now. I think that gentleman will just take one last question from this gentleman here. He's been raising his hand for a long time.
Thank you very much. I'm Phil Rush from Ivanti Global. We're really encouraged to hear your focus on speed of doing business and welcome the mentions earlier around P4. We're exploring making an investment of around $250 million over a 3-year period. That would be in electric buses and assembly plants that would be great to do in AP. How, or is it possible, for us to get that kind of deal through with yourselves in the kind of timelines you're talking about? Maybe a week. Thanks.
Not maybe. We can do it in a week. We can shake hands. No, but so Abhishek Kishore will stay back and lead the conversation. So I would request all of you to call Economic Development Board your single port of call. So it's professionally led team. The website is out there. We can give you we can share the numbers with CIA and they can then onward share it with you. It's a professional led team, so they're vertical specialists. So EV has a specialist who will reach out to you and have a direct conversation with you in that sense. And every deal that comes in gets tagged on an IT platform. I'm the IT minister, there will be an IT platform. And we review it. We review it on a fortnightly basis to ensure that we are living up to our end of the bargain, which is speed of doing business. So that's the way we've approached it so far. That's the way we made deals. And it all depends on the number of jobs you're going to create. The more number of jobs you create, the more time you'll get from me. So, in terms of investment, though Reliance is not in the top 5 because we have bigger companies, but the number of jobs they create is very important. The CBG creates a maximum number of jobs. So they get the most amount of time from me. So literally on a daily basis, you won't believe, on a daily basis, their team updates us on a WhatsApp group where we have the revenue minister who's in charge of the land. We have the energy minister who's in charge of the larger CBG project. And then as a GM chair, I'm there and all the IAS officers are there. On a daily basis, we review it. We agreed on this target, where are we today? So this is the way we actually work with companies. We're doing the same way with Oberoi's and the hoteliers, because they're very strategically very important. So we're very transparent. We just follow up, make sure that things get grounded, landed, and they're executed. So we look forward to having this conversation.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I unfortunately don't have time for more questions. Wish we had more time. Yeah. So on that positive note, thank you again for that wonderful conversation. Wish we had more time. We could have gone on all night talking about the future, but Michelle, I'll go to you.
Thank you, sirs, for the most visionary, engaging, and interesting conversation. I am conscious of the time, so we'll just move on to the next part, which is the last part of the formal part of the evening. And we are, the CII is launching the Honorable Minister is going to launch the CII report titled very interestingly, Indian Roots, British Soil. So this is a story about Indian companies creating jobs and livelihoods in the UK, especially at a time when the UK is undergoing a cost of living crisis. For this, I would now request Mr. Sujit Ghosh, Deputy High Commissioner, Mrs. Nidhi Mani Tripathi, Minister Economic, Indian High Commission of India, and one of the main negotiators of the comprehensive economic trade and agreement between India and the UK. So very important people amongst us. And also I would like to invite Mr. Pankaj Munjal, Managing Director, Hero Cycles, and Mr. John Renard, President, Scient Europe, who are members of the CII UK India Business Forum, to join us on the stage to launch the CII's new report, Indian Roots, British Soil.
No, आपको नहीं दिया. Can you get one more report, please?
Oh, thank you so much.
Are we okay at this time, please? Smile. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I would like to close the formal part of the evening today and not stand between you and the networking and the dinner which follows.